Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Sanders, and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today, we're going to take a look at what I call Marcus's magic collection because it is a magical one. And it's the other thing is that Marcus wanted me to sort of talk about it in terms of his and hers because he considers his wife collection as part of the collection. Okay, I understand that. My wife has several watches that I like to consider part of the collection. Okay, as the gentleman that Marcus obviously is, he said ladies first, and so we'll start with these first two. Uh, One is these are hers, the Seiko Alpinist, which is an interesting watch because it actually started off uh, as for Japanese mountaineers, and his girlfriend says it's often mistaken as a Rolex. To me, whether that's a good or bad thing, I don't know, but it's a very attractive watch, and I've always liked the Alpinist, and especially since I found out they're going to stop making it, and it's what are you going to do? Anyway, so that was one. The other one that she has is a Hamilton Ventura 80 Elvis 80. Now this has got a ETA 2824 in it, and it's one I would like to get. I really like that. I mean, it's something different, and this would be a cool one to have. Except I wouldn't let my wife have it. Now, here comes the magic. These are going to disappear, and this is going to replace it. Now, Marcus said these FP Journe Elegante 48 millimeter titanium. This was going to be joint custody. They both were going to get to wear it. Let me tell you about joint custody. All right. I ordered this watch, which was advertised as a man's Dunhill, and it was part of my outlaw collection with the movement that I like, the Jacquet 736. This is no longer a guy's watch, and it belongs in. I had to take it out of my wife's case. So much for joint custody on those things. But this is a cool watch. I mean, it's awfully big. It's a 48 millimeter titanium, but it has an ambiance about it. A little about 4 o'clock, there's that little thing down there. What it is, it's a little rotor, and when it stops for a certain amount of time, the watch goes into a sort of a holding mode to save the battery, and then but it has sort of a back kind of just using hardly any electrical battery power at all. It keeps the time, but it doesn't move the hands, and so when you wake up and it rattles again, it goes up to the correct time. I've seen this happen. A very cool watch. This is one that I've considered, man, I tell you, it's really a cool watch. It's a quartz watch, and it was designed. It was a quartz movement that was designed and created by FP Journe. Very cool looking watch. Okay, now this next pair of watches. This is his and hers. His is a Rolex Batman GMT GMT Master 2, and it's a cool watch. I mean, I really like this Rolex. So I mean, I'm finding more and more of these that I like. But I gotta find one I want. Well, I know which one I want to get. I want to get the Prince, but that's another story. Now, hers is a Rolex Oyster Perpetual 31 millimeters stainless steel. And this one is a very special watch to his girlfriend because she picked it out herself, and this wasn't a hand-me-down from Marcus's collection. So this is a couple cool Rolexes. I like them both, really. The Oyster Perpetual with the Roman numerals. I usually don't go for Roman numerals, but there are a lot of them I've discovered that I do like, and this was one. I think it's really a nice one. Okay, now moving on. These are a couple of Marcuses. One is the Sen 104, uh, and it's sort of what he refers to as a grab and go watch. I think I can understand that. Just just grab something and put it on, and out the door you go, and you have a wide variety of things. The other one, the Seiko Landmaster Transpolar Kinetic Quartz. This is a very interesting watch, very limited edition. It was released, it was single release in 1999, commemorating the 1997 Arctic crossing by a Japanese explorer named Mitsuru Oba. And so it's a cool watch. There's not a lot of these, and it's as a landmaster, it is a cool watch. I like it. Okay, moving right along. Whoa, and here we come up to another one of his. This is talk about magic watches. This is an FP Journe Coronet Blue Souverain. I call it a Coronet Blue Souverain because I just noticed on the back there, that's what it said. I've always referred to those as Coronet Blues, and the one I have that's white as a Coronet Souverain. But apparently, reading the back of this, it has Coronet Blue, then down below it says Souverain. So there. And of course, these watches are very hard to get a hold of. And Marcus is extremely fortunate to have one. It's a beautiful one. Tantalum, I think, is what the name of the metal is. It's not titanium, but I'm always confusing the two. And it's very difficult to work with, and but it's just like a super cool watch to have. And when you turn the dial and the different light, it has all different kinds of blue. It's a really nice watch, hand wound watch. The caliber 1304 has the two barrels, and the barrels are only used, each barrel uses 60%. And this is so that you have a steady charge or pressure from the spring on each one. So with two, you end up with 120% of what you would have with one that only used 60%. Okay, finally, there's this FP Journe Octa Automatic Moon Havana with planetarium case 40 millimeter. That colored dial is my very favorite, the Havana. So this nice warm brown color, and the on the back you have this great big, almost half case gold rotor on there, and then of course underneath that, FP Journe likes to use gold for his plates and bridges and so forth on the movement. This is a 1300.3 movement on a Octa. Both of my FP Journes, this is my Resonance. My Resonance and my Souverain are both wind up, and I like wind up better. But this was one I've often considered that if I'm going to get an automatic, this would be the one to get if I wanted to get another FP Journe. The other one is an Elegante. I really like that, but the one that is my grail, but crazy high prices, they're Coronet Souverain Optima, which is just like is great. It's got the remontoire Egalite, which keeps the movement with a little remontoire in it that rewinds itself every so many beats. Amazing watch. But this one's pretty amazing too. It's got the moon phase plus the nice, the date is about 11:30. So it's a neat watch. It's platinum too. I thought it was gold. From the picture, it looks like it's gold. the movement and the rotor are gold, or the movement plates are gold, and so is the rotor. But the case is a platinum case, 40 millimeter platinum case. That's exactly the same case that my Coronet Surveying has, and it's very comfortable. It's a great watch. So anyway, well, here is another one of those collections. Here's a guy that seems to know what he wants. Some of the things that some of the directions that Marcus said he was thinking of going had a number of different things that he had. And one of the things that I was thinking is that you might want to take a look at something that is like Kerry Wooten-Lannen, Langenheim, Rolf Lang, one of the not homemade but handmade watches. The other one that I've come to really like is a Groenfeld with the Remontois de Galate on it. These are some other watches, very high-end watches, but something that you might want to consider. Okay, well, listen, I'd like to hear what some ideas that you might have. And like I said, this is a magic collection. By the way, too, his girlfriend refers to me as the beret guy. It's sort of like the Simpsons comic book guy can be beret guy. Anyway, that was funny, I thought. Okay, well, listen, see you next Friday, and until then, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Outside, the Art and Science of Watch Collection.